Yo, what up, everyone? Fitness with Jesus. Anyways, I'm doing selfie mode right now because we're about to go to the grocery store. Something different, something different. So I was given this weird squash. Got to figure out something to cook with that. I was also given cucumbers. I have an idea of what I want to do for that. And I got some corn. I might have to hit a Mexican market up later for some cojita cheese for elotes. But yeah, one thing I did want to say is when I personally go to the grocery store, have a budget in mind, have an idea of what you want to cook. You saw that I have a couple things that I want to work with already. Um, and if not, think of some meals that you want. And then personally, from working in restaurants and stuff before I was an athletic trainer, I try and cover my hair, hat or something. I don't want to get anything on anything. And then I like to wear shoes. Wear shoes, bro. Like flip flops is kind of gross in a restaurant or in a grocery store with all the food. Just be courteous. Not everyone's gonna do that, but that's just something I like to do. So we're on our way to the grocery store, and we'll see you there. Peace. Yo, what up? We're here. We're here, y'all. We're here. Where are we? Aldi. Yeah, I forgot my bags. And guess what? I always keep an Aldi quarter for my cart. I just keep one right there. Well, I mean, I have other quarters, but I always keep one, and you know what I'm saying. So the budget today is 200. Hopefully we don't go over. Usually I keep track on my phone, but since I'm recording, I got to do a little in my head. We'll see how it goes. So now usually when I app, I've gotten pretty good at it, but I have this app, or when I shop, I have this app called Yuka, and it tells you like if there's like a lot of additives in a food, or like how healthy it is on a scale of 0 to 100. So I recommend you guys checking that app out. I try and eat relatively clean. For the Philly cheesesteaks. Some of those. Typically, I get one pack, but since I'm picking up others, one thing I got. good. Fitness with Jesus. Hey, remember about when Jesus is telling them that the birds don't worry about getting fed in the morning? And God always feeds them. They get their worms and stuff. Remember, it's like that for us too. God provides. I remember when I was in college, I worked in a restaurant. It was an Olive Garden, and you could pay $1 for soup, salad, and breadsticks as an employee because you get an employee discount. And that's legit how I survived for like years going to college. It's like you get your salad, you get your 2 bowls of soup, and you get your 2 breadsticks. Yeah, so don't worry, God will come through some way, shape, or form. Just gotta keep on keeping on and keep on having faith. Peace. All right, we made it home, and everyone knows the one trip or die rule. You have to carry all the groceries in one trip, or you are lame. And my goal for this is to do it long enough to where, God willing, I have kids one day, and I can make them do it for me. I can teach them the ways. So you gotta load up. Honestly, this one's not gonna be as bad usually because I usually have more, to be honest, but I'm trying not to waste food. So, one trip or die. This is why we work out right here, guys. I gotta find my key. One trip or die. This is why we work out. So one day, when we all have kids, God willing, we can teach them the one trip or die method. Now, if I have a whole bunch of bags, I'll set them at the front door. But since I can manage this one, extra challenge is to unlock the door and get them all the way inside. Woo! One trip or die. It's heavy. All right, y'all. So, now a once over of what I got. Oh, that's my pestle and mortar. My mom got it for my birthday. So I got my canned goods and like my honey and stuff, some tortillas, all the cans. You got your jarred like sauces and artichokes, because why not? Your pastas. One thing I do want to point out on the pastas is one thing I try and do is look at the ingredients here. Drum wheat and salimina. It's just the wheat, right? Even with this one, contains organic drum wheat semolina. I can't ever say that word. And water. It's just, so I try and get the whole wheat pastas. And at Aldi, dude, they're like so cheap. And then you got your spices up there. So that's what the non-perishables look like. Okay? Then you got your potatoes, your pancakes, your onions. Sorry about the onion mess. I always put one avocado up there just to let it get right. That's your supplement corner. You got your tea, your hot chocolate, and your oatmeal. In the freezer, look at all the frozen fruit, frozen veggies, frozen meat. I got beef, chicken, and deer, and then there's a struggle lasagna if I'm in a pinch. In the fridge, I got those milk, my snack cheesecake, my prebiotic drink. This is a homemade sauce that I made. I learned how to make in the Dominican Republic. Eggs, fruit, butter, my cheese drawers topped off, my cold cuts even though they're unhealthy. I keep my bread down here. And then produce, that's a ready to eat thing. Chicken in case I'm in a pinch with artichoke. You got your veggies like avocados, jalapenos, tomatoes. You got all your fruits oranges, mango, plums, lemons, limes, and then the meats I plan to eat first, and I'll take them out of the freezer. You know, all your condiment sides. But so that's for if you know, you know. But we finna make some Philly cheesesteaks here soon. So I'm just saying, if you know, you know. We finna make some Philly cheesesteaks here soon. Let me know. Let me know. Like, comment, subscribe, share, please. Please, we're growing for the word, for Jesus, fitness of Jesus. Remember, God will provide. You know, do His will and He'll provide. He gave me a whole month of food. I don't got to worry, let alone for tomorrow, but the next day and the next day and the next day. And, you know, it might come in different shapes or forms, but just know He's going to be there. So, peace. I hope that actually, real quick, you could see that I have fruits and veggies. I have healthy meats, clean meats, beef and chicken. You know, I try not to eat pork and like shellfish and stuff like that. Some fish is good. I got eggs. I got oat milk. I got healthy grains. You know, I made sure, with the exception of the mac and cheese for the struggles, I got the whole wheat grains. There's a lot of fruits and vegetables, potatoes, onions, jalapenos, peppers, fruit. Look at all of that fruit. Like, look at all those veggies. Look at all these canned goods. Again, like, it's a lot of fruits and vegetables. Sure, I have a corner of grains, and sure, I have a corner of meats, but I make sure they're healthy grains and healthy meats and that they are ratioed well. All right. Eat good. I give myself a B minus for food. What do you give me? Leave it in the comments. Is it an A? A C? Do I fail? I give myself a B minus. I think I eat a B minus. Like, it's pretty healthy, but I could always get better. Peace.